Before we start with the actual video, I would like to show you what we exactly are building here in the next 14 minutes. So we have Airtable. We will build out this table where you can easily generate articles for blogs, for your homepage, your web page. So you can just prompt it here like you would do with ChatGPT, write an article in English for a website about a topic. So either by prompt or by URL. So we'll get a topic from the URL. And then you just choose the workflows, generate article, and it will generate this article for you. We are also building out this workflow with make.com. And you also find this video and all blueprints and also all other workflows in my school community. But I will also upload all videos for free on YouTube. But in the school, you can also get support and additional information. Yeah, that's it. So let's get started with the video. Hi, and welcome to this video where we're going to use Airtable and build our content base to communicate and with make.com. In this video, we will generate an article. We will have a prompt here in Airtable, send it to Make, and then with Anthropic Claude, we will generate an article and send it back and save it back to Airtable. The cool part about this is it's just the beginning. You can then just edit and add more actions like create Facebook post, create image, and you can manage everything then in Airtable. So let's get started. We have a new Airtable base. We just call it content system. Then we have table 1. We will also just call it content system, or just content, doesn't matter. And we will need a second table. We call it content actions, because for every actions like generate article, generate Facebook post, we need maybe a different webhook URL. And we could add here a column webhook URL, but then you have to edit manually each time you create a row. So that's why we create another table. Here we will add the webhook and then link it back to content system, which is much more handy. So at the beginning, I would like to start to create an ID. Always create an ID. It's always a good idea with an auto number. Okay, then we can delete those default fields. Then we create a name. It's just for us to name the prompt. Then we need maybe a status. Then the prompt itself. And then we will save the final article. Great. Status is going to be a single select. We can say draft in progress. No, draft is already in progress. Let's say to do draft and published. That's the status prompt, and we need a workflow. Here we will choose single select and generate article is the first option. Workflow is quite important. I will put it on the front. Okay, that's it for this table here. Now we're coming to content actions. Always like to have an ID with auto number. Then delete those. Then we have a name, the webhook URL, and we need to reference the record ID. And here you can use the formula really easy. Just enter rec, and then you have it here. Just choose it, close it here, and create a field. So this looks good. Now what we want to have, this name. We call it also generate. We call it generate article. So each time I'm selecting generate article. I want to have triggered this webhook, which we will create in a minute. But for now, I will bring in the content actions. So we link now from content actions to our content system table. Link, you choose content actions, create field. Here you can just select all, and we have those fields also listed here. Now I can choose like the first entry, and you can see it here. Great. But now this workflow doesn't trigger anything. We're going to change that. So we're going to automation. So we create a new tab, create a new automation. We say when record matches condition, because we want to do on the system, and then when workflow is generate article. There is no, let's see, prompt, workflow, generate article. Now we can test it. There's one, great. So what we want to do now, we want to update a record. We're going to choose our content system. Record ID is the Airtable record ID. And for the fields, you want to choose actions. And you have to enter an ID, a record ID. And this is the one we just created with the formula. Copy, paste, and shouldn't do any error. Looks good. Turn it on. Rename automation. We call it touch action or workflow changes. Turn it on. Let's test it. So generate article. Will we see something here? Will we see something here? Yes, we do. Great. So that works. Now what I want to do is, if this field here is updated, we want to send data to the webhook. So we go back to our automations. We create a new automation. We say when record is updated, content system actions, then run a script. I will just copy the script from another project, and you can also do the same. Let me check. Okay, so what it does, it takes two parameters, and then it just calls the webhook with the record ID. We have to add those parameters as inputs so we can read them. Record ID, add a record ID, and webhook URL. As you can see, it also we see it here in red that we need to add it. So webhook URL is webhook URL value. Great. That's it. Finish. And here you can just say webhook action or whatever you like. Turn it on. Great. So, but where will it send the data to? To this, oh, we need a webhook. Okay. So we're going over to make, just a new scenario, create a webhook, custom webhook. I just choose this one I created earlier. Copy, paste this URL, and we say read as a data structure. Now it waits for incoming data. We're going back to our webhook URL field, put this in. We are good. Let's see if it works. So probably it's not needed now. Let's check the workflow first. So we will see first an update here on those tables. And then we should see the webhook firing. Takes a couple of seconds, sometimes longer. sometimes longer. Yep, everything all right. Great. So now we need a prompt. Let's say write for a website about, I don't know, something, Google consent mode. Really basic. Of course, the prompt has to be way better, but just for testing, let's do it like this. So we have a prompt here, and then let's finish this one. So data comes from Airtable to this webhook. We need to read the Airtable record, get a record, because we only have here from the webhook the record ID. So the base is wrong. Let me check. Okay, one moment. Okay, we have the right base here now. Table is going to be content system. And the record ID is this record ID which we are sending with the webhook. Then we use Claude, create a prompt. Here you can put in max tokens. Depending on the AI you're using, you have to just, Google it or ask the AI what the max tokens are. Or just ask, hey, I want to write a long article. How should I do this? Ask AI. So here we say user text, and the text will be the prompt. We will give Profit Claude to create the article. The article will then be outputted here, and then we say Airtable, update a record. Here we choose the right connection. Okay. The right base, table, content system, and we will save the final article. That's it. Let's save it. Oh wait, we're missing the record ID. Thank you, Make. Then save. One wants to test it. Then we go back. So we have a prompt here. Nothing else. We can say it's a draft, whatever. Testing prompt that doesn't do anything. It's just for me. And then we say generate article. First we see here an update. And then we should see webhook firing, getting the record, creating the article, saving the article to Airtable. You can also generate emojis and save them to Airtable. You can also tell Claude or any other AI to produce markdown files and save them to something else, or markdown files to Airtable, whatever you like. So it's done now. Here we can see text response, our article, and it was output, it prompt status, it was saved to Airtable. And here you can see the final article. It's not a long text, it's not so nice. That's better. Yes, here we have our article. And this is really the foundation you have to build for your AI automation systems. You can do everything with it. You can scrape leads. You can now, we can add more workflows, generate article, generate Facebook post, generate image. We will use this template and build it out in the next videos. So make sure you don't miss it. See you next time.